this week on the internet, the search to talk about all the topics of this during the week. And first up, we have Discord collabing with Nickelodeon for SpongeBob icons on Discord. Now, I want to say, I don't like it off the bat. I don't mind the Discord trying to make little cosmetics to sell to make some money, but it's like, does it have to be $13 and 10 of you already pay for Nitro? Really? That's kind of insane. Now, looking through the rest of Discord skins, I'm assuming the price is so high probably because of Nickelodeon, or I guess Paramount, whoever owns SpongeBob now, because the price for other skins seems to be very random. Like, there's no consistent pattern of going up or down. They're just very randomly priced. Now, I think these are silly, okay? As I said, these are way too expensive and they're goofy. Like $13 for nice profile. What is it? But I will begrudgingly say, if this means Discord won't have ads, I'll accept it, I guess. Just don't make it worse, please. Like, please don't give me pop-ups for the shop or big notifications for the shop. Just have it exist, and the people who want to spend $13 on SpongeBob icons, they can do that. I only care about this kind of stuff when it interferes with my enjoyment of the thing. In games, for example, I don't like cosmetic skins that cost money, because what ends up happening is all the free skins suck every time. That's always what happens. So realistically, as long as Discord doesn't make this a thing that gets in my way and annoys me, I don't really care. I still don't like it, but if you ever had to use Skype, you understand why I feel this way. And next up, we have a guy in the EU Xbox team saying they're not blessed with a big budget like PlayStation. So obviously, when I first read this headline, I was annoyed. What do you mean the $1 trillion company doesn't have a marketing budget? What does that mean? They're not blessed? They have a $1 trillion company. And then I read a little bit more into it, and I still think this is like dumb, but I get it more than it just being like insane. Basically, EU sales are down for Xbox, and they have been for a while. So Microsoft, with their infinite wisdom, to make the problem worse, cut the marketing budget in the EU. And as of recent, everything I've heard about Microsoft is bad. They can't do anything right. So if the team in the EU was given like no resources, it wouldn't surprise me. And they also called their team scrappy, which is not something I want to hear from a $1 trillion company. It's kind of sad. But I don't even think the issues with Xbox are issues with individual teams. I really think it's just a terrible mismanagement of the company. Because you could give the EU Xbox guys a bunch of money to advertise. But what's the point in advertising when every first-party IP at Xbox sucks? What's the point? Like, oh wow, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. They now own Call of Duty. Oh, COD's still on everything else? Who cares then? Also, buying Activision would have been a way better play when the 360 was a thing, because Xbox is so down right now, and it's entirely their own fault. Like, I don't care if you play Xbox or something. I really don't, because for some reason, whenever I talk about this, someone takes it as a personal attack. Play your Xbox, bro. I'm on Steam. I do not care. I just care that Xbox is ruining a bunch of games I like. That's all I care about, and I think that's exactly why they're struggling. It doesn't matter how much of a budget you give the EU if the games they have to advertise are Halo Infinite. Remember how that game was supposed to be the last Halo in the last 10 years? Well, they're developing another Halo game. Shocker. And this one will also probably be bad. Unless Microsoft and 343 have a major shakeup in how they operate, it is going to be the same story. And from everything I've seen, 343 has not changed anything. There's even less people to work on the game now. I'm sure that won't backfire. I don't think the EU budget is the problem. I think Xbox just sucks right now. Like, if you're buying a console and it's between an Xbox Series X and a PS5, the PS5 is just the better choice. You get all the same games, and then you also get the really good first-party games from Sony. It's just a no-brainer. Xbox has no first-party games anymore, dude. And next up, we have the Halo TV show not being renewed for another season. And this is great news, fellas. The Halo TV show sucked. It's bad. And it's bad for so many reasons. It's so bad. I mean, for starters, the writers hated Halo, so that's great for, like, writing a Halo show. This whole thing was just a dumpster fire, and it honestly ruined a lot of the good things about Master Chief as a character. Like, why'd they take off his helmet? Why? And it wasn't even like a cool reveal or something. It was like the first episode. Why'd they do that? That's so dumb. It was just all around a not great show, in my opinion. And as a Halo show, it was bad. It was just a bad Halo show. Also, please subscribe down below and like the video. I'm trying to hit 400K. Thank you. And next up, we have a failing streaming service, Netflix. So Netflix isn't failing yet. It's more like the Titanic. They're very confident nothing bad will happen. I disagree, because I think they're eventually going to have a blockbuster moment where they basically just go under. Since last quarter, growth on Netflix has been half, which is not good, especially since the crackdown on password sharing seems to be being done in waves. So not everyone's been kicked off yet, but I feel like once more people are kicked off, those numbers are going to shortly spike and then drop way down. I could be wrong on that, just to be clear, but if decreased subgrowth is a continued trend, it will actually become a problem for Netflix, because their whole business model is we need infinite growth, even though it's never going to happen. And next up, we have Apple's privacy ad. Now, first off, let me say this ad is good. I think it's a good ad. It demonstrates the point very well, and it tells you what they're trying to tell you very clearly in a very impactful way. Unfortunately, it's a complete utter lie. In this ad, they show off Safari. Safari's the safe browser. They don't track you. They don't watch you. They don't watch you like little cameras. But here's the problem with this. Google pays Apple a $1 gazillion or something to be the default search engine on Safari. So Apple, explain to me how it's the safest, most private browser in the world when it's using Google as a search engine. Explain. You could interpret this as Apple selling you out, because that's kind of what they're doing. Look, I don't really care personally, but I don't like Apple's whole privacy approach if they're not gonna actually do it. Like, in my mind, this ad is like a blatant lie, because if you're using Google, it's not private. And next up, we have the Concord Beta. So I know for a fact more people have seen the screenshot of the player count that actually tried the game, because the max I've seen it at is like 1,000, and it's an open beta. You can play it today if you want to, but I wanted to try the game because it's definitely getting obliterated online. So first off, when you launch the game, it prompts you to log into PSN. This is dumb. I hate this. Sony, stop doing this. People are gonna actually never play your games. It is actually cutting off 90-something% of the countries in the world from ever playing these games. Stop. It's stupid. And then my next gripe, the main menu. It might just be a me problem. This is hard to read. It looks cluttered. I don't understand why they picked it like this. Like, yeah, it's kind of like aesthetically pleasing, I guess, but it's not just clear in front of me what I need to click. I'm sure I develop muscle memory if I play this game enough, but it's not a good first impression at all. And also, I really don't like the characters. None of them appeal to me. They're all like quirky. And I get the characters are personal taste. I'm sure some of you guys like the characters, but yeah, they're all like super quirky. None of them are serious at all. They're all like goofy and annoying. Like, having a couple characters that are goofy is fine, but like if I'm playing a bounty hunter who has a revolver and has an exploding knife, I don't want him to squeal like a soy jack every time he throws it. Like, that's annoying to hear every time. Now, since I got all my main gripes out of the way, this game's actually kind of fun, and it sucks that they fumble this so hard. Like, the gunplay is super smooth, and it feels good to land shots. It's actually pretty solid. So it sucks that they fumbled it so bad when it came to, like, marketing it, and it's also like a hero shooter type game, so people are inherently less interested, and I get that. The genre is exhausted at this point, but yeah, the gameplay's not actually bad. Now, I do think the first mode you play 5v5 is not a good demonstration of the game in the sense of the timings feel off. There's a lot of gaps between fights, and I don't think that should be the case when it's supposed to be like fast paced. This game, I think, just needed a little bit more time to cook, and really, it should be free to play. The fact that it's cost $40 is the single reason it's going to die. No one's gonna buy this. If it launches free to play, it has a chance of surviving. If it doesn't, it's gonna die. It's going to die, straight up. There's just nothing new or exciting about the game that would make people feel the need to buy it, especially for $40 when we all know it is gonna be packed with microtransactions. Okay, so Sony, if you're listening to me for some reason, make it free to play and drop that stupid PSN requirement. It's so dumb. And next up, we have Splitgate 2 being announced. I like Splitgate 1. Splitgate's fun. The trailer, though, for this is so bad. It makes it look like a hero shooter when it's not. And there's also a lot of emphasis on, like, the characters for some reason. But hey, Splitgate devs, I don't care about the characters, like at all, actually. In the first game, I was a guy with a cool mask, and I'd like to continue that trend, please. It's not a hero shooter, at least from what they've said, so take that as you will. And this companion app thing is stupid. I have never really used a companion app, and I don't think anyone else really has either. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter @spatnz1, and click the answer down here for all my content, and have a good one.